My name is Janet Chima, and I am your host this evening for the Conversations for Change. Now, the Conversations for Change is an initiative of the fellowship where we talk about issues behind the four walls. Now, the four walls, if you don't know now, you know that the four walls are the correctional facility. So, these conversations basically and mainly talk about issues in the correctional facilities. And now we'll be having these conversations with our stakeholders and volunteers. I see our special guest is here. He has even sent Dr. Dawodu for coming. I haven't even read your profile. Permit me to read your profile as you join the conversation. Yay, he's here. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving us another opportunity today.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, I want to quickly go through your profile, if that's okay, before we start the engagement. Okay,
That's
thank
fine.
you. Okay, now Dr. Dawodu is a seasoned public servant and accomplished programs and projects manager with over 2 decades of experience leading complex initiatives, driving strategic growth, and delivering measurable impact across Nigeria's development and enterprise landscape. His career spans MSME policy formulation, entrepreneurship with ecosystem development, and regional enterprise networking with a strong emphasis on innovation, stakeholder engagement, and sustainable impact. Dr. Dawodu has held key leadership roles, including unit head, team lead, innovation lead, policy advisor, state manager, and deputy director, consistently guiding teams toward excellence in program execution and policy implementation. He is highly skilled in designing and managing programs and projects tailored to the development of MSMEs in Nigeria, ensuring that they are responsive to local needs and aligned with national priorities. His contributions have significantly advanced business development services for MSMEs, agripreneurs, and oil servicing companies, helping them scale operations, improve efficiency, and navigate regulatory environments. A certified trainer, coach, and mentor with GIZ, IOM, and ILO, Dr. Dawodu has empowered entrepreneurs through modules such as Inspire, Create, Start, and Scale, and the Digital Skills for Entrepreneurs, DSC, the DSC initiative. He is also a skilled public speaker, regularly engaging with government officials, community groups, and media audiences to advocate for inclusive enterprise development. His academic credentials include a PhD, an MBA in Business Administration from Babcock University, an MSc in Palynology from the University of Ibadan, and a BSc in Microbiology from the University of Benin. He has served as a short-term expert for the Her Finance Accelerator program by KPV, supporting chamber partnerships and women-led enterprises. Now, with deep expertise in project design, management, data analytics, and policy impact measurement, Dr. Dawodu remains a driving force in Nigeria's public sector transformation and private sector empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. Let's clap for Dr. Dawodu. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
I see our executive director is here. Edie, good evening. Thank you for joining this conversation with Dr. Dawodu. I'm sure you may want to ask you 1 or 2 questions before he leaves. Okay, and I don't know how to say thank you again, but Dr. Dawodu, I ṣeun gan for joining this conversation. Okay, let me jump to the questions. Now, It's okay if how do you want me to call you? Is it Doctor or Dr. Dawodu? Which one should I use?
Anyone, any,
Anyone,
anyone
okay.
works. Anyone,
Okay,
anyone, yeah.
Doctor PhD.
Anyone that you're comfortable with.
Oh no, Dr. SMEDAN. I think I'll do Dr. SMEDAN. Okay. Okay. So do you
Mm.
remember the first time you heard about Prison Fellowship Nigeria? Can you share with us the first time you heard about Prison Fellowship Nigeria?
Um, I must have heard about it, long before I joined SMEDAN in 2004. Was it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure when, but of course, when I started working with SMEDAN, I remember in 2009 or 2010 or 2011. I can't really remember. So I just got a memo on my table to say that Prisons Fellowship of Nigeria is organizing a Onesimus Project, and I need to be part of a team that will go from Abuja to Lagos, to deliver our own portion of the partnership, at the Nigerian prisons, in now Nigerian Correctional Center, right, in
Yes.
Kirikiri. He gave me, he just gave me some sort of good pimples. I didn't know why, but I mean, I just thought that it was because I was going to meet, inmates or prisoners. And
Mhm.
so I didn't know how to, handle it. But I mean, I just thought to myself that just be professional in delivering whatever that you need to do. And I think that's it. I mean, I think my first contact.
Wow. And we've come a long way since then.
Hmm.
Okay, I think you've also answered. Oh no, you haven't. What about how we entered into partnership? How did Prison Fellowship Nigeria enter into partnership with Sweden?
Uh, I'm not sure. I was mid-level senior officer at that time. So my HOD just called to say, "Oh, you'll be part of the team that will go." I didn't know when the partnership was signed or how it evolved, but I thought it was a good thing, for SMEDAN particularly, and whoever aligned that vision with Nigerian Prisons Fellowship in Sweden probably know what he or she was doing. Okay, so this is the only thing I can say about how that partnership evolved.
Okay. Okay. Now the program that Sweden partners with Prison Fellowship Nigeria is the Onesimus Project. But I want to
Yes.
know, I'm sure the ED wants to know, uh, what the Onesimus, what you or Smidan sees or defines the Onesimus project as. What's the Onesimus
Um,
in your words?
okay, so the first time I got a brief of the Onesimus project, I mean, it stimulated my interest actually, because what we heard then was that okay, there are some inmates that their term of imprisonment is almost over, and this project is to look for possible ways of reintegrating them back into the society. And so if they can learn entrepreneurship skills and some other vocational skills, it will be nice for them to now then use, because some of them are in incarceration for a while, right? So that's actually interested me a lot, and I just thought that it was one of those we needed to do, and as I'm a part of it, and I think that's the first time Sweden probably was evolving in things like that. And so to be part of those pioneer staff that got involved in this project, it gave me so much joy, and then a lot to consider. And when I got to the venue, I think it was Pastor Sule Bangola that I met at first, because he was a contact person. um, the way he made everything look very simple, getting into the premises, uh, and the way he interacted with everybody, I just thought to myself that okay, you have nothing to fear. I mean, just go ahead and interact with people the way interact with them like human beings, and then also, deliver what you need to do and give them real life experience of what, they might want to see outside, the premises after a while, being incarcerated. So that's it.
Okay, please ignore my background noise. Okay, now
Mm.
I think we're also interested in knowing how SMEDAN and Onesimus Prison Fellowship partners together to bring the Onesimus project to fruition. How do you think we work together, at least from your own end? How do we work together
Mm.
to you know to work on the project?
So I thought at first that it was a tripartite arrangement between SMEDAN, Prison Fellowship of Nigeria, and then maybe Covenant University. So when I resumed state manager in Lagos for SMEDAN in 2022, that was when I got really, really involved. Unlike before, the message or the details of our participation is usually comes through my HOD or to my direct line supervisor, then to me. But now I got involved in some of the preparation for the academic year. I now know that there's an academic year.
Mm-hmm.
There are some other partners that also put in their own support in the project. Covenant University is doing fantastic work, and so this also stimulated more of my interest into it, and give my own suggestion to some of the prep meetings that we had for the calendar year, and then during the calendar, then for graduation. And ever since I became state manager, I think I've only missed one graduation. It's always something that I look up to, interacting with, these inmates, those that have, been released already, how we can then mentor them, going forward. It's a lot. It's a lot of interest and it's a lot of work. I also feel that this partnership between various organizations for the Onesimus Project should take another level. It's good enough that we are having academic years and then, trainings have been done, vocational entrepreneurship training, spiritual, counseling, and all that. I feel that for those that are already out, there should be some sort of pleasing for follow-up years, to see how they're doing, particularly from our own end, how they can then be reintegrated into society with any kind of business that they want to do. If they've started the business, how is it going? What is the plan? They coping with that reintegration. What are the setbacks, and how can those setbacks should be handled? So the aftercare thing is of interest, also to us in Sweden. But for budgetary constraints, been having issues with budget and all that. But again, we're also ready to seek, more partners to get involved in this. If it is a phase that Nigerian Prison Fellowship or Covenant University are not looking at, because of course there's no money for it. But I'm sure that if it lands on our DG's table as a form of request, we could look internally and see what other partners that we can also, bring on board to do a follow-up, of the of the care. That aftercare is very important.
I'm so happy to hear that, and I'm proud that the ED is also, live to hear this good news. ED, what do you think? This is great news. This is really, really great news, and I'm happy that it's being shared on this program. I promise to work on that with our executives to get that on your table. I don't know how soon that will be, but I can make that promise, and we really, really appreciate your partnership.
Yeah, we could even sit, with the Prison Fellowship of Nigeria to look at possible ways that we can put these into the matrix of work, right? To be sure that we are doing the right thing,
Yeah.
and at the right time, right? also
You
to
mean
have a
like
work plan.
you mean like
Also to have a work plan.
you mean like recheck our current agreement, right?
Exactly, and then updates if there are
If
MOUs
we
that
need
we need to
some,
update or the agreements. Exactly, and if we have to include this aftercare into that agreement, is also very important because I mean government will work without agreement.
yes.
So if possible, and the DGC's value in this, it's very possible that, I mean, maybe a portion of it can be put into our budget, for 2027, or we can also look for partners that can also support. I mean, if we don't give it a shot, we may not get it. But the most important is to create a value for it in the presence of the Director General and then some other organizations that are partners.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. I don't know how to go on from from that news after you shared this, but let me check. I think the ED may want to address this at some point. After he has sent a request to join. Let's see if he can. In the meantime, sir. Okay. Um, I think you've indirectly told us about the goals and the objectives of the partnership between you know uh, Prison Fellowship and SMEDAN. You went as far as even talking about you know the aftercare, so I'm not going to ask that. But I want you to share with us. I'd appreciate if you share with us the vocational skills that are currently being taught to inmates through this partnership. Do you know of any?
Oh, yes, I'm aware of some, and I'm also aware that at the female prison, the last time we we also gave some equipment from our National Business Skills Development Initiative. I know that some of them are taught how to make bags, shoes, slippers, repair shoes and slippers and all that. Some of them are also taught how to make liquid soap, you know. Some of them are taught how to then make clothes or make, things that they can quickly do with their hands, right? But when we saw that in 2023, right?
Yes.
Yes, the DG then was it 2023 or yeah 2022, one of the 2 years, I can't really remember. So our DG then now thought that look, we usually run a national business skills development initiative where we give vocational training, entrepreneurship training, and then we now give equipment to as complementary to whoever has been trained. And so our DG now thought that for Lagos, we run vocation like the fashion. So we gave one industrial sewing machine to the Nigerian prisons correctional service, rather. Sorry. We also gave one washing machine for those that are learning how to, go into laundry business
Yeah.
with complementary iron. And then we also give makeup kits for those that want to learn makeup. This is just to say that, this is the point where we feel that we can then support. It was free from SMEDAN and from the former DG. This present DG is also very interested. I
Wow.
remember about 4 months ago, myself and him visited the prisons, and then we met the new how did they say it?
Is it the head of
Um,
corrections?
um,
Controller of
yes,
corrections?
head of correct control of corrections. We met him, and then we had so a lovely conversation with him, and we also visited the female prisons and had conversation with the controller as well. What we're able to come out with is that first of all, the aftercare is what our DG is interested in, because our own area of concentration is business, right? So when they start business, how can we now they support with business? So those are part of the conversations that we had, and then we also looked at, what other challenges they have in terms of infrastructure over there, the learning center which they are building. How can we then support with some of the equipment that we can, bring into the place to aid learning while they are, in prison. So these so many things that we discussed. And if you are going to bring a proposal to our DG, what I've mentioned now can be part of those things that you put into it. If they are building, I know they are building, learning centers, right?
Yeah.
What equipment can SMEDAN now give to them? We don't have to do it. We don't have to furnish largely. We don't have to furnish in a big way. We can give year by year, right? Year on year. Maybe sewing machines, maybe 2 this year, and there are industrial sewing machines that can
Yeah.
be connected, and some of them can learn a lot. Maybe for those that are interested in catering, we can bring in an oven and a gas for them to also operate there if that is permitted in the center, and so many other things. These are
I'm
sorry.
sure. I'm sure they are interested.
Yes,
Or
yeah,
they will be
if
permitted.
that is permitted.
They are permitted.
What I mean is gas cylinders and all that. I don't know if that is permitted.
You
So
can
we need
check
to
that
find
and
out
get back to you on that. You can check.
exactly. So when you are now writing to then strengthen the partnership that we have with Nigerian Prisons Fellowship, or the agreements, this can be included into it to say that okay, these are some of the requests and what they can do. We don't have to build a physical infrastructure, but year on year we could bring in equipment little by little, and this will now help or aid the vocational skills training, and while we now give the entrepreneurship skills complement.
Wow. Wow. I can
So
say wow for the next 10 minutes. Thank you so much. It's happening. Let me use that word. Oh, by the way, the ED has been trying to join this conversation so that you can exchange
oh
ideas. But
no
network has
worries.
been throwing him out. I'm guessing he's going to keep trying to join in and until he can finally join. He's listening to this conversation actually. Okay, but in the meantime, I was saying that we really, really appreciate. I'm very sure some of our viewers do not know about our partnership and how committed, let me use that word, SMEDAN is to the project. But on hearing what you have said, in so many words, I'm sure they are fully convinced and are like, okay, how do I become a partaker of this project or a partner of this project? Thank you so much for that. Okay, now
Okay.
I want to go on to what you think are the significant challenges that the inmates in Nigeria face, and how do you think this partnership will help resolve that?
So I mean, interacting with some of the inmates, they have various challenges, but unfortunately, the partnership is restricted,
Yeah.
in so many ways because there are rules and regulations that any partner will have to, go through to, I mean, to get partnered with the Nigerian Correctional Center. And so for these security reasons, we take things, a bit easy and not jump the gun. So for SMEDAN particularly, it's not that we cannot interact directly with Nigerian Correctional Center. We can, but it
But
would be nice to
because
still keep
Nigeria is
that,
involved, yes.
yes, that partnership of others, as well. And so interacting with the inmates, it 1,001 challenges, honestly. And then some of them, I mean, one most especially is the psychosocial, right, challenge that they have. And I think that if they're able to get their emotions corrected, monitored, managed, there's limits to what their mind can achieve. So as part of that psychosocial issues, emotional issues, mental issues, some of them are not sure where they stand. Their cases have not been decided. For some of them, they have life imprisonment. They don't know how to get out of it. They've given up on life already. So when you come to talk to them about, one solution or the other, they are not ready to listen. They just want to get out of that confinement. and which is understandable. But again, the reason why they are there is to correct, to correct them, and then give them, a platform to now then operate. So my suggestion is to now look at opportunity to have some interactions in sections, right? For
Yeah.
those that for those that have 1 year left, 6 months left, 3 months left, it's not the same conversation you have with whoever has a life imprisonment or a murder charge that the case has not been decided. So if we're able to sectionalize them in partnership with Nigerian Prisons Fellowship or the Covenant University, it would be nice to now then design special programs for those that are not sure where
Of
where
their
they're
release
going in
date.
the next of their release dates, maybe 10 years, 20 years, they are not sure. But again, a regular interaction and then some sort of hope. I know that Nigerian Prison Fellowship is doing that, get them lawyers or, bring up their cases, with the correctional center or with the courts. So these are ways that I think we can solve them rather than just concentrating on some of the challenges. They have a zillion challenge, honestly, all of them. They have challenges, different ones. Some when you are going, oh God, give me 500 naira, please 1,000 naira. If you can give me 200. I mean, how many people do you want to give 1,000 naira or 500 naira? Exactly. And this is understandable again. I mean, but it's just that what needs to be done, and we have to be professional about it and be intentional about it, apart from being professional. Be intentional to want to solve a problem. Yeah, that's it. We want to solve a problem.
Beyond learning that SMEDAN is interested in strengthening our relationship or the partnership, I'm very, very happy to know that you have like a personal relationship, you know, with not just Prison Fellowship Nigeria now, inmates in these facilities. I am very, very, I don't know the other word to use. I'm so happy that you are so in tune and in touch with the issues behind the four walls that I don't know what else to say. Thank you so much, sir, for your commitment.
Exactly.
And I can say
Thank
that
you.
there is no doubt the reason why you are on this on this partnership with it's so
thanks,
it's
thanks to
very
you. Thanks, thanks to you for not, letting me go. You're always in my DM, but it's fine. I like that. I mean, I like your resilience.
I remember the first should I talk about the first day we met or the
Mhm,
first day
mhm.
I think you're the one that looked for
Uh-huh.
my trouble first. The
Yeah,
first
exactly.
I was like, eh?
Exactly.
I was like, eh? This guy in my DM, he must show working. And I was so surprised, pleasantly so, that you were willing to talk about this. That I couldn't hold my, I couldn't stop talking to Edie. That Edie, oh, imagine though, this or that, Smita wants to talk to us about prison relations. And if you can see, he's still trying to join the conversation. But I trust that
Mm,
he's he's going to
yes, it's a
try.
pity that I can't join.
Yes, but
Let him just
I
keep trying.
I can assure you that he's going to find a way to have a conversation with you about, strengthening our partnership with SMEDAN. I can assure you that. I can assure you of that. Yes.
Mm.
Oh, it is talking about Jane now. It,
Yeah,
let
yeah,
me
yeah.
get.
Jane can be so resilient. You should agree with me. She won't let you rest until she gets what she wants.
But it's for good cause. I can't. I
Oh
can't.
yes, oh yes. I mean, I said it that I like that because if it's another person, you say this or that you call, you will not answer you, or you
No.
send a message, you won't answer on time. But again, I mean, that shows that you know what you want, and you can always be patient to get it. If we
But
continue at this like this, I mean, there's a lot that we can achieve. It's just patience, right? Patience,
yeah.
and then getting it together.
And I trust that with my ED and my resilience now we'll get this done. I had no idea, honestly, that there was a need to strengthen our partnership. But now that I have heard, especially on this program, I will not let you rest. Don't worry until we get something.
We can have this regularly. This kind of conversation.
Please.
This can promote good new ideas.
Yeah.
We can bring some other people also. On the call. Maybe Covenant
Correctional officers.
University or
Oh, yeah.
correctional officers, and then we can have interaction and discuss. Nobody has that wealth of resources piled up somewhere. But if we're able to partner, and then define our roles in the partnership, I'm sure we can achieve something.
Edie dropped a message. I don't know if you can see it. He said he's going to call you the next week. I told you, Edie is going
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
be on the forefront
Hmm.
of the.
I'm
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm waiting for you, AJ.
Beyond that,
I'm
now
waiting.
I want to let everyone know that Dr. Dawodu has a lot on his plate. Last week, was it not last? Was it last week or this? Another organization just gave him more work. It was an award. It was
Exactly.
more
Exactly.
work.
Exactly.
I've met him at several events, but he has time
Mm,
for everybody. That's where I got my confidence from. I assure you, I wouldn't be on
mm.
you like that if I didn't know that you have time for us. I've met you
Thank
at
you.
several events on one-on-one, had one-on-one conversations with you. Was it at the entrepreneurship week, at the Onesimus
Mm,
graduation
mm.
in was it media
Absolutely.
maximum prison? You had
Well,
time.
yes.
So,
Yes. Yes.
so I knew you definitely have time for us. So it's not because I have something special like that. It's because it's you, and we
Thank
can
you.
see that uh, here playing out. Okay, now I want to talk about long term plans. You've talked
Mhm,
about a lot and how interested you are in forging and strengthening our partnership. But I'm interested in long-term plans for this
mhm.
partnership, the long-term
So,
impact.
well, for us to talk about long term, honestly, Jane, we must talk about the short term, the medium term before we go to the long term.
Okay, that's
Because
great.
it is the impact that we get from the short term and the
Yes,
medium term that will now make us decide for long term.
I
Um, I,
agree.
I, I, yes, I'm a professional in project management, and if we manage this as projects, it will open up so many other opportunities and so many other ideas. Nigerian Prison Fellowship wouldn't want to be going around trying to beg for partners. People will be begging to partner with us
That's where I want us
if we
to
do
get
it
to, sir.
right.
Please help us.
Yeah, if we do it right, okay. Because again, if we're not able to open up the values um, of this partnership to some other organization or to support, yeah,
Yes,
that's it. When we don't catalog our stories. Okay, we don't tell what we have done, even if we don't want to mention name of prisoners that are released, email, we want to release pictures and all that. Some are willing to tell their stories, and why don't we
yeah,
just locate them? Let's tell stories first of all. Let's tell the impact. Let people now see that. You'll be surprised that if you bring one of those ex-inmates on this call and is able to tell his story, it will be some of the things that you see on Instagram. People will start donating. Before you know it, you can raise 1 million, 2 million, or 3 million for that person to go into business. That now completes the story. Then we can now do an aftercare, follow up that person. Every other image that has the opportunity to then now discuss with Prison Fellowship of Nigeria want to do so. Everybody wants to come. Organization wants to say, okay, I don't mention my name. I'm dropping 5 million. I'm dropping. These are ways to capture the heart of people. We need to start creating story. We need to start connecting with the emotions of people.
mm,
Okay, and not be emotional ourselves. I'm not that we can be emotional, but if we can connect with the emotion of people, of organizations, they can just use it as their dropping 20 million for Nigerian Prison Fellowship to run this or to do this. We can also bring this, we can begin to drive international partnership as well. So you've had that in some other countries, some of the prisons are empty. People don't offend anymore. How did they get to that point? These are stories can push us to that point. I mean, that's my thoughts. when we have this short-term plan and short-term, achievements, and medium-term achievement, long-term achievement will be decided by all the partners. And that's when we can have a long-term, achievement.
I agree, and I've just got a reminder on telling our stories. Dr. Dawodu, I don't know if you know that's my job. So I've been
I I do. I follow you secretly. I do.
it's now my full-time job on Prison Fellowship Nigeria. So I'm going to be checking with you on these for help.
Tag anybody. Tag anybody in SMEDAN. Anybody you see on my in my that is like following me. Tag them. Let's start tagging people, inviting them to be partners, to join. We don't have to beg. People will start themselves. That's my thought.
We actually have. I've actually invited a former inmate. It was a what do you call that? A juvenile. Many years ago, Prison Fellowship Lagos State Chapter followed up with him. I was at his graduation when he had his photography graduation. We gave him a camera, we gave him a laptop and everything. He came on here to share his story. I'm going
talk
to
about it.
repackage that and we share it. Yeah, he talked.
If we can repackage him, if he has employed one or two, that is connected with the emotions of some other people to say, oh,
okay,
he went there, came out, learned his skill. Now he has 2 or 3 that he has employed. That is a complete story. Do you understand? Those are part of the things that we should do.
We'll bring him back. And there are many more like that that we've impacted who are willing to share their stories. We'll bring them back. If we have to blur their faces while they share their stories, no problem.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Some might even tell you, don't blow my face. Let's just
Yes, I met someone like that. We'll repack it, and I'll be taking more lessons from you. And like Edie just said,
I'm always ready.
Thank you so much.
I'm always ready.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this conversation. And would you believe that I've come to the end of my questions. So do you have questions for us? Edie too. Does anyone call have questions for us? Go ahead, sir. Do you have any question for us? Any more wisdom for us?
I'm sure that if we continue with this kind of platform, we'll get a lot. There's so many, running through my head. Jane, you just need to catch me and say, okay, let's have a conversation. Even if it's a virtual one, set up a meeting link, give me like 30 minutes or 1 hour before, we can have it for like 20, 30 minutes and that's it. Great ideas, we can always put together.
Don't worry. I'm on you like
okay. I'm sorry. I'm outside and it's getting dark.
We can see that.
Yeah.
I got really comes to the end of the conversation, and I've asked for our viewers to drop their questions. I haven't gotten any so far, but like you said, we can always call you, and you will answer us. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Edie, for always being available. Thank you to our viewers. I see Pastor Elijah and a host of others who joined. Thank you especially to our future viewers. One of my mamas, she's always particular about our live conversation, but she's not here now. I trust that she will follow up. Okay. I'm going to let Dr. Dawodu go for now. And
okay. Okay then.
We'll let you know of our future conversations. There's one that's coming up in 2 weeks. If you don't mind joining us. Okay.
Yeah, if you send me an invite, I'll try.
I will send you the invite. Edie is sending his thanks. He said, "Thank you, doctor, for coming on the conversation. But don't forget, he's calling you the next week. He's going to call you."
No, I'm available. You should just send me a message first, and I'll create the time to listen to him. I promise.
No problem, sir.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. See you on the next live. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.